What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarissa.
And this is episode 4, Aldani, of Andor, a television program on Disney+.
That's the one.
I think this might be a Star War.
No.
Yeah, there's no war in it yet. In fact, I don't think there'll be war in the show.
No, I think it's the, before the war.
Before the war.
Star War.
Andor before the war.
Exactly.
That should be the title.
Yeah.
If you want to follow along for the full-length reaction, you can do that over at patreon.com/nerdynightly, where we post our full-length reactions and other shenaniganery. And I'm really excited for this. I liked the third episode of Andor so much.
Yeah.
And I'm fully let's go. What happens?
Yeah. We talked about the episode 1 and 2 are a little bit slow in that we wish it had kind of just been one long pilot. But that's out of the way, so let's see what we got in store for episode 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say they're slow. I would say the first episodes are weirdly paced as individual episodes. But I like the story that we're at so far.
Yes.
Brace yourself.
Stellan Skarsgård's ability to be casually cool is so fun.
Yeah.
He has the energy of a dad who did a lot of acid in the 80s. And he's like, kid.
Yeah.
Nothing you do surprises me.
Yeah.
I promise you I did weirder shit at Woodstock.
Calculations complete. Never seen one do that.
Well, it's been a day of surprises for all of us.
What's that?
Mad Nog. Just a sip.
Mednog?
I don't need you to steal.
Seeing how well you're doing on your own.
I fought in Mimban when I was 16. 2 years of it. Straight out of prison into the mud. And who did it turn out we were fighting? Ourselves.
You were on the ground in Mimban for 6 months. You came in as a cook.
Was Cassian on Minbon with Han Solo?
Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real?
Huh.
I didn't risk my ass for the Starpath unit. I came for you.
What would we be stealing?
The quarterly payroll for an entire Imperial sector.
It's such a pedestrian, Let's go!
Yay.
We're back, baby! Oh, it's New York City.
Just elongated.
That shot is just so New York, it's funny. Ooh.
What is our purpose, Levitt? Anyone?
We're here to further security objectives by collecting intelligence, providing useful analysis, and conducting effective covert action, sir.
Very good, Dedra. That is verbatim and wrong. Security is an illusion. We are healthcare providers. We treat sickness. The longer we wait to identify a disorder, the harder it is to treat the disease. Blevin, Morlana's sector, this incident on Ferrix.
Property damage, interruption of service. A stolen Imperial Starpath unit was recovered at the scene.
Those responsible?
Unknown, sir. I'm heading out immediately after this meeting.
We'll speak before you leave. Young.
Sir?
Elaborate on these added protection requests for traffic to the Abrian sector.
Proactive measures, sir. There's an increase in construction shipments going to Scarif, sir.
They said the thing. Remember when Grace Randolph was like, there's no Easter eggs in this show?
It's Star Wars. It is made of Easter eggs.
Literally.
And ice cream buckets.
There's a million Easter eggs in the show. They're just harmoniously integrated so they don't feel like they stand out, which is why they work.
Clem. For the next 5 days, you'll be Clem.
Clem.
All right.
Oh, man. I hope that's a Buffy reference.
Who's that? You'll be working for her. She's gonna hate this idea to start. She's gonna argue with me.
Great.
It's a Quati signet. Blue Kyber, Skystone, the ancient world. If I live, I want it back.
They're really good together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
That's
It's the most
beautiful.
colorful thing we've seen on the show.
I would want my lightsaber to be translucent if the crystal inside was that pretty.
Yeah.
I want a plexiglass lightsaber, please, so that I can see that every day. It's gorgeous. I want him to steal the ship so bad and just leave.
Plug in some new person. It'll tear the team apart.
Well, that's not much of a team, is it?
And if he's the problem?
Well, that's the advantage of renting him. He's disposable. This has to be a win, Val.
Luthen is ice cold.
Yeah.
He is incredible.
Yeah.
And no, you will not waste further Imperial time reading the report.
But I've had nothing to do with this.
Well, exactly.
You were in charge.
It took the combined ingredients of idiocy, ineptitude, and total disengagement for this farce to have reached the full apex of incredulous disaster. Take solace in this. You will not be replaced. You've rung the final bell on corporate independence. As of this morning, the Milana system is under permanent Imperial authority.
God damn. This show's really good.
Uh-huh.
He told me about the payroll, not the garrison.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Hey, hold on.
Get down, Tuckins! They won't be back today.
Good thing those ships are noisy.
Right. The loudest starship possible.
That is our box from Steerguard.
Has to be.
Right, that gives us jurisdiction. I want you to go to Blevin's office, tell them we need everything they've got on Ferrix.
It might mean more if you went.
I don't want to spark his interest.
I know that this is not going to be for everyone, but the bureaucratic side of the show is fascinating to me.
Yeah. It's definitely not for everybody. It's in the same way that like Game of Thrones is not for everybody, right?
Yeah. But like that meeting of them just sitting and yelling at each other about ISB nonsense, that brings me joy. Cool. I love the decision to show this.
Yeah.
To like take the time.
He is a master at applying a wig.
Wow. It's probably like a space wig though, so you just put it on and it like into
Right.
place.
Right.
I kind of wish he had a wig droid.
A cosmetic droid.
Voiced by Kristen Wiig.
An Imperial Starpath unit was stolen from the Steerguard Naval Yard and found at the scene. That gives me jurisdictional access. Are you denying my request?
For the second time today.
Fine. I'll take it to Major Partagas.
This is fun. I like it.
It's gonna be spicy.
Why is it spicy? I do kind of hate the idea of working there, but like if I could be like an assistant and just get to like sit in the back of the room and take notes while people get
All the hot gossip.
There's two. What do you make of that?
I've seen the younger guy in something before.
Yeah.
Can't remember what.
Who is it?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Might be easier to sell the sheep herder thing if you weren't so heavily armed.
This is Clem. I haven't mentioned him before now because I wasn't sure we could get him here on time.
Good to have you, Clem. We'll take all the help we can get.
Vel.
The posts on the corral are down again. Now, unless you two want to be chasing animals all day, I'd get out there now. Okay? Let's get to it.
Awkward.
Yeah, I mean it's fair, right? Like they're surprised.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's an element of like we're an army. Like the idea is structure. Like you have to listen to your superiors.
Yep.
But they're an army of mistrustful vagabonds, right? So it's like it's an appropriate level of tension.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It worked.
Everything about this episode has worked. Like this This version of this show is much more interesting to me than the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And I understand why they were necessary. Like, I'm not knocking them, but this is just a much like more complete show and what it's trying to accomplish moment to moment.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Is he going to end up in the rebellion because of this, or is he going further into the Empire? It's one of the two, right?
I feel like further into the Empire.
I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy who will view the Empire as failing him because he did the right thing. And I could buy them telling a story about how he's like, he turns on the Empire out of a grudge because he feels like he was in the right and they punished him for it.
Maybe.
Or that white-haired lady's going to be on the other side of the store and he's going to join the Empire right now.
Mother.
Okay. Ooh.
We're trying to save our pain meds.
Fair.
Rationing.
How do you know him?
He comes highly recommended.
He's committed. I'm feeling that.
I like him.
Vel.
I trust him. Okay? All right?
Hey! He is definitely not committed to the cause. He will be.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a thing of beauty right there.
Senator, what a pleasure to see you.
You as well, Luthen. Sorry to be...
Outfit.
It's hard being surrounded with this much history and not be humbled by the insignificance of our daily anxiety. So, a gift for your husband.
Yes, it's his day of days. It's a Chandrilan custom.
Yours is a rich history.
Well, that's a kind way of putting it. Please. There's no harm in looking.
We just got in some terribly interesting coins.
Yeah.
Terribly interesting coins.
Is there anything else that might interest
Well,
you?
your timing is excellent. I have something very special that just came in. Come with me.
I want them to do a slow pan of every item in this room.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to see all of them.
There's a new spy every day at the Senate. I visit the bank. They're all new faces.
You got a new driver.
I found someone I think can help me.
Someone who? To bring into the circle?
Is it Bale?
Wow.
But I trust you'll have the courage to turn back if it should be a bit much.
That car is
incredible.
I love it so much.
I want one.
Running the rebellion out of an antique shop is such a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
I get excited. I'm like, ooh, a speeder bike.
What were you going to do if I couldn't get here today? Just turn up with an extra face to explain.
I knew you'd come through.
We have an extra uniform. Gonna need to leave us your belt and gloves.
I should have been consulted.
On that we agree.
Who is he?
He's Clem. He's here. That's all that matters.
Look, we're wasting daylight. Let's get on with it.
He's Clem, he's here. It's all that matters. I need that on a shirt.
Yeah. God damn.
Wow. Wow. Jesus. This is so cool.
What's all this?
Dinner for the governor.
That's tonight?
It's on your calendar. You don't remember?
I remember you wearing me down. Don't seat them near me.
Oh, I've taken care of that. You're at the boring end of the table. These people are fun.
Your fun friends just cut off their shipping lanes yesterday. Do you know how many will starve? Perhaps we can laugh about it over the third course.
There's rumour you bought me a present.
It's going back.
Must everything be boring and sad?
Jesus.
Huh. the most beautiful little gilded cage for her to be trapped inside of.
Now, the Aldani garrison is a depot for supplies, weapons, and the payroll for the entire Imperial sector.
This show has Warhammer in it too.
Here.
I'll do it. It's fragile, that piece.
What a fucking nerd. He's gonna die.
Him and King Viserys need to hang out.
Once every 3 years, for as long as anyone can remember. Imagine 50 meteor showers all at once, but like a curtain being pulled across the sky.
It's a recurrent band of crystallized noctilucent microdensities, billions of crystals. As the planet passes through the belt, they swarm the atmosphere, heat up, and explode.
Wow.
So the TIE fighters can't fly. This is so cool.
That's your car.
Yes. Gets us in, gets us out. Are you in all the way?
Let's get to it.
This is awesome.
That was very cool.
I have 3 previous case files on my desk that begin to suggest a pattern.
Your feeling.
Similar items of interest, repeated methods.
Alert me when this materializes into something more definite. Until then, confine future activities to your sectors. Thank you, Lieutenant. You're supposed to be more competent and tucked away. That's why you're here. On a positive note, I was impressed with your detention numbers from Sev Tok. Far above the quota. I may be sending more of that sort of work your way.
Thank you, sir.
We're done.
I hate to say it,
Wow.
but that's a good boss.
Yes. Bad person, good boss.
He keeps his leadership.
Yeah.
He is definitive in his decision making.
Yeah.
And even after upbraiding her, he ends the meeting on a positive.
Yeah.
That was uniquely good manipulation on his part.
Yeah.
That's why the Empire's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show us enough of that. Like, the Empire would have to use compliments. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Can I eat my food?
You'll eat, you'll let Cinta check the bandage, and you'll have learned all that by morning. I'll take the first watch.
I'm really nervous that they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
And that Cassian's gonna get out of this one, but they won't, because I like him.
Yeah.
Especially the Warhammer kid. He's my people.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die.
Oh, that's it. Okay, no, that's actually a decent arc for the episode.
Yeah.
See,
I wanted more, but like I get it.
but I get why we ended here.
Yeah.
It's not like the first 2 episodes where I was like, why here? Why now?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So much to unpack. What an incredible episode of TV.
Yeah, that was riveting, and not because there was like a whole bunch of crazy shit happening. It was just very like calculated and manipulative and fascinating to watch.
Yeah. It is. The one thing I will say that I find interesting about this show, and I don't know if it's intentional or not, is that Cassian is like the least interesting person in it. Right now,
yeah.
Because he doesn't really want to do this, because he's not committed to anything, and he's just like there because Luthen wants him to be there. All of the characters who have these very committed desires and goals are just more interesting to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for the point where Cassian turns and becomes one of them.
Yeah.
Because I think that will if they earn that moment in the right way, it's going to be very exciting when he is given the chance to walk away and chooses not to.
Yeah.
And it's not about money and it's not about whatever.
Yeah.
Because right now, they've put so many characters in the show. This episode was an incredible pilot for the show, right? Because the first 2 episodes introduced us to Cassian. This episode introduces us to like 15 characters.
Yeah, and what the actual like thrust of the plot is.
Yeah, and it introduces all those characters, and I know what they all want.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I get the ISB lady. I get the rebels. I get Luthen in a way now.
Mothma.
Mon Mothma immediately, like, her whole situation is wild.
Yeah.
But this was so effective so quickly, and I'm really impressed right now.
Yeah, they crushed it. And didn't like linger on anything too long. They gave us just enough to get it and get out.
The only thing we got from Cyril Karn, I will say, giving us that one scene with Cyril Karn's a little weird.
Sorry?
Cyril, he like says hi to his mom, she slaps him and she hugs him, and that's literally all we got from him.
Oh.
Oh, no. He's in the ISB meeting as well.
Yeah.
So this is the one where Cyril goes home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of plot lines going on here, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, no, me too. That was, I'm like, God, give me the next one. Like.
Yeah, seriously, it's crazy how like there's times this show doesn't feel like Star Wars, and then they'll do stuff like the TIE fighters though. Yeah, but there's a magic cloud of exploding microdust that will cover the sky once every 3 years on this planet, and that's how. And you're like, oh, that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because that's where like the fantasy meets the sci-fi.
Yeah.
And Star Wars lives in that weird middle ground where if it's too fantasy, it doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
And if it's too sci-fi, it doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
But when it's right down the middle is when it like really pops as Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's the moment from A New Hope where he puts the targeting computer away and he's still shooting a laser into the Death Star, but he's using a mystical force to do it.
Yeah.
That's that like right down the middle through the trench run kind of Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
And that moment where they're like, oh yeah, no, it's the magic exploding dust that happens every 3 years. I'm like, that's Star Wars,
Of
baby.
course,
Let's
of course
go.
It is. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see it.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I bet like 30% of their budget is going to be that scene.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I have some timeline questions in terms of when things happen, and how old Cassian is very confusing to me, because I think he's supposed to be 21 here.
Here?
Yeah. If he was 16 at Minbon, I'm pretty sure that was 5 years ago. Then he would be 21. And Diego Luna does not look 21.
No, but I mean, what are they going to do about that?
I don't know. But there was an element of like, first of all, very exciting because Minbon is Solo. You know where Han Solo's on the Mud Planet and he meets Woody Harrelson for the first time?
Yeah.
When he's still an Imperial and he's trying to get out? That's Minbon.
Oh, okay.
So Cassian was there.
Right.
Which is so funny.
That's wild.
I hope him and Alden Ehrenreich know each other.
That would be very funny.
Like, if Han Solo shows up on the show now and they're like old war buddies, that would be wild.
Nah, he was a cook, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would run away too. Fuck that.
That's what my grandfather says about Vietnam. That he was a cook and he never left the boat. And he's like, I don't have any stories. I was a cook and I never left the boat. And nobody believes him. And he's like held this story my whole life.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's like, yeah, I was a cook in the Navy and I never left the boat. And like, my
Nothing
mom is straight up
happened.
like, I don't think that that's true. But he doesn't want to say anything about it. So yeah, he was a cook and that's it.
Well, all right.
Wow. I liked the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I liked them.
Yeah.
I loved this episode.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Like, I'm in. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see who makes it. I want to see how they move the pieces. You know, like I can't wait to see the setup for the future things that we have already seen. But like how we get there, I think is super fascinating.
Yeah. I hate Mon Mothma's husband.
Yep.
I can't stand him.
Yep. I think that's the point.
I know, but she's like the best person. She deserves the best husband. And like this, I was hoping we were gonna come home and she was gonna have like her like supportive, like Celebron to Galadriel, right? Like her like himbo supportive husband who's there for her as she has like all the stresses of the rebellion, who like gives her a little foot rub at the end of the night because she's done a hard job saving the galaxy.
Nope.
And instead she has like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Do you think
I'm just gonna start calling him Ned Fulmer.
Wow. Okay.
I have a feeling that he is going to be the reason that. Well, no, she leaves the Senate of her own volition. I think she kills him.
Volition.
No, she does. It's like a moment. In Rebels. Like you see, she gives this incredible speech. I have a feeling that they'll do that speech in live action in season 2. She like gives this big speech about the rebellion and like leaves the Senate.
Interesting.
Okay. And then she goes into hiding, which leads to everything else. But
right. Yeah.
It's like a moment of rebellion where she finally leaves. When there's no good work left to be. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that we see that speech in live action because we only see it from the perspective in Rebels of people watching it, if I'm remembering it right. Yeah. And I would love to see, especially because of the performance that she's giving in the show, like I'd love to see that moment in live action. I think it'd be really cool, especially if season 2 is going to have these big jump forwards to to Scarif.
Yeah.
Where we jump a year every, like, whatever, 3 episodes I think it's going to be. I think that getting to see that moment from Mon Mothma would mean a lot to me personally.
Yeah.
It would be very exciting to get to watch that in live action.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. No, I think she kills her husband.
I don't think she kills him.
I think that he's going to...
But I think he dies.
I think she's going to find out that he's going to out her and the rebellion, and she's going to kill him.
Oh.
Or she'll have Luthen kill something, right? Do you think Luthen makes it out of season 1?
I don't know yet.
I don't.
I can't tell.
I think that little antique shop is going to have a little bit of explosion, and I don't think he makes it.
Right.
I think that moment might be tied into Cassian becoming a full member,
right?
A believer. But God, this was really good.
Yeah,
This
well
was
done.
like,
I enjoyed that.
I think that I will say this is my favorite episode of Star Wars television in terms of like structure and writing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the show now. Holy shit. That was brilliant.
Yeah, this is my jam.
If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god, she's hungry and it's Mon Mothma. You know she's not going to eat at that dinner. You know she's going to be pecking at her food. She's going to be hungry later. Leave her a mean comment down below so that she is nice, full, and rested so that she can run the rebellion the way only Mon Mothma can.
Truly.
Truly. What a woman. What a woman. And oh my God, those outfits. That white.
Oh my God, so cool.
The Corvette.
I want it.
Now I want a Star Wars video game where I just get to be a senator and drive really cool Star Wars cars.
Right?
If you want to follow us around on the internet, you absolutely can do that. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
And as always, y'all, may the Force be with you. Bye.
Bye.